What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, everybody? So we are back again. Before I get started in this video, I need y'all to do me a favor. So my boo, Mr. Still Standing, that is his channel, Mr. Still Standing Scotty. Make sure y'all go over there, subscribe to him. If you are one of the ones who actually watches the little reality show that be on YouTube. They have a Chase in Atlanta. Now they're doing Chase in Dallas. He is actually interviewing one of the members from the show, and that interview will be up tomorrow night. So I want you guys to go check that out when it shows up. Show him some love, okay? I think it's King Kane that he doing it with. So, and that's one of the people that I actually like on the show. I do watch it. So yeah, it is what it is. Please check him out. Please, support Mr. Still Standing, aka Scotty. That's my little bro. Okay. Let's get into this review. Queen Sugar. So this is the finale of Queen Sugar, and let me just tell y'all this. Queen Sugar, baby. Well, I ain't saying the finale of the show. This is finale of season 3, because baby, we back for season 4. Y'all gonna have to give it to us in season 4. I am so glad that they came back with season 4, coming back with season 4, because baby, we got a lot of stories and stuff that's unopened, that's open still, I should say, and not finished. Because once and for all, we need to know what the fuck is going on with Davis. Are we ever going to see the little girl? Okay? How that whole dynamic going to show up? This whole Landry thing. Bitch, you think he done? He ain't done. That motherfucker finna come back with a vengeance. I already feel it in my soul, in my spirit. And I feel like that white lady is finna fuck Charlie over some more. Charlie got a little bit of a win this week. Okay? She got a little bit of a win this week. But bitch, I don't think it's going to be for long. Okay? I just don't trust it. And I don't trust Nova. Okay, I don't trust Nova and Remy, I should say. They still gonna be wound up fucking, okay? Okay, I know I ain't the only one who feeling this type of way about Nova and Remy. Like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Fuck all that. But, excuse me. So, we start the episode off, and we see we are inside of a prison. And, I was confused. I said, what the hell is going on? Because then I see my boo-boo Ralph. And I said, no, baby, what's going on? Ralph, you was about to be on early parole. Okay, you was about to get out. What the fuck you done did? Don't tell me they done caught up with you about that whole, corner store robbery that you did to get that money or whatever the fuck. I know the fuck they not finna try to play this 3 years later, okay? What you won't do is try to get my man caught up on some bullshit. He was just trying to take care of his kid, trying to, give back and help his daddy out, okay? So it can make it seem like he doing something, even though he robbing folks. That ain't right, but please don't be that. But it wasn't that, okay? He was sitting up in there talking to some of the prisoners about, how it was for him being in jail, how it was for him coming out of jail, how he still felt for a certain amount of time like he was institutionalized, how he just, my baby was standing up in the in the goddamn shower just crying his eyes out. See how they like to break a black man down? Like, god damn. It ain't funny, but shit. No wonder what was taking him so long. Why by the time we got him in the shower, the fucking hot water all gone and shit like that. God damn, bitch. But anyway, he just speaking his truth to them and, saying what he done afterwards and how, he basically rehabilitated himself and he's chosen not to go to the other path, which is come back to prison. He got his own farm. He's hiring people that were in situations just like him, meaning people who were in jails and stuff like that, and giving them second chances as well because people gave him a second chance. And so that was a cute little scene. Then we see him outside with his parole officer, basically talking about how the meeting, the whole little thing went well and he's proud of him. And then he got a phone call and he was like, hold on, I've been waiting for this phone call. I said, what is this? He come back and he was like, so listen, remember I told you about I was going to put in a word for you about, you getting an early release? Well, your paperwork done went through and they approved that shit. So you finna be off of parole in a month. I was like, yay, my boo-boo finna be free, for real, for real. He done played his dues to society and everything. Like, this is a success story because, he ain't become another statistics and get out of jail and fuck up and go right back in that bitch. Now, he's just trying to get it done. And so I was really, really happy for him for that. Um, Later we see Micah and the whole family. Basically, they're in this auditorium with a whole bunch of volunteers. They're making flyers and posters and things of this nature. Basically, this is what not Nova, but Micah was looking up when we saw him last week at the end of the episode about how to do a rally, how to, gather people together and come and, protest and all this stuff. And so at one point, he was trying to come up there and give a little speech and tell everybody where they're going to go and all this stuff. And you can tell that he's nervous, but baby, Micah made me mad. I'm not going to necessarily say mad, but he made me feel some type of way because he wasn't prepared. You can read all about stuff, but you have to practice sometimes, and you have to it ain't even about practicing. If you're really passionate about something, it'll flow naturally from you, or else you just have to, like I said, you probably do have to practice, especially if you're not comfortable talking in front of everybody. You just have to come, but this is his first time. And I feel like Micah is, so I can't be harsh on him. Micah probably gonna let this, get into his spirit, and this is probably gonna be a passion of his, and he's about to turn to a male Nova. Okay, he's about to turn into a male Nova with the business sense and the sharpness of his mama. Okay, because that bitch don't play either. Well, she don't play and Nova don't play. You put both of them together, you got Micah right then and there. When they put their minds to something, they gonna get that shit done. She's about the business and the community. Nova is basically about the community and family. And Micah is trying to be about all of that. Put that all together. He gonna be bomb if he continue this. Get a little bit more practice. Use this as a little test run. And, he's finally finding something that he's passionate about. And I love to see that. We have always seen these kids want to grow up and to be basketball stars and sports stars and actors and singers and stuff. And it's so nice to see we breaking up that monotony of that mundane and him going to a different path, actually being involved in the community. And that's his passion for right now, the photography, the community and stuff like that. Sometimes all it takes is something bad to happen to you or an experience that's either good or bad to spark an interest in you and to wake you up and be like, okay, this is what I need to do. But baby was up there talking like this. And I was like, so you need to get up there and you need to talk to him and tell him what's going on. So he get his little paper. So, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, so I just want to thank everybody. Hey, Blue. I just want to thank everybody for coming. And so what we're going to do is we're going to meet tomorrow night at 8 o'clock in the park around the sun. What you say? We can't hear you. You need to speak up. Okay, so yeah, that's cool. And you can't hear me, but all right. So what I said was we're going to meet at the park. Charlie, what that boy say? That's how it was. I was like, boy, if you don't speak your ass up, somebody, please pass the mic. I wanted somebody to say that, but I didn't want, he was already nervous and stuff like that. That would have been me, but at least I would have projected my voice. But I can't get mad at him because he was nervous. And Charlie stepped in as a mother would and to save her baby. And to, she had a little bit more insight about what was going on. And she was telling it and she was projecting. And Micah did feel some type of way. And I was like, Micah, get out your feelings because our boy said he couldn't hear. And all you had to do was raise the volume up in your voice a little bit. And you would have got the attention that you needed. And I felt y'all saw that boy up there. And they was still out there, doing the stuff they was doing. They weren't paying no attention to me. I said, y'all some disrespectful motherfuckers. Okay? Granted, he wasn't speaking loud enough. But y'all was disrespectful because y'all looked up. Y'all see that boy up on that stage reading just like this. And y'all kept on doing your little arts and craft. But anyway, so they was getting that together. And then we get this scene, with Nova talking to her friend. Apparently, I think her friend is a lawyer or something because she was like the firm. But she was like, I could talk and do something at the firm. But, there are many different type of professions that have firms. So I don't know, is she a lawyer or something else? But I'm just going to assume that she's like in a lawyer type field, whatever the fuck. But they sitting there talking about Nova's book. And she was like, girl, this book is good, okay? But this is going to open up a lot of wombs, all right? This is going to open up a lot of stuff, a lot of closed doors, a lot of skeletons and shit out the closet. Baby, are you sure that you want to put this out there? Did everybody see it? And she was like, well, these stories are being put together from bits and pieces of the interviews that each person individually gave me, but have they actually read and I showed them about the book yet? No. And y'all wanted me to put my story out there. You wanted me to be real. You wanted me to be honest. So therefore, here I go. I'm being real, as honest as I can be. And I was like, baby, what Nova put up in this goddamn book? Because it had old girl shook. It had shook. And she was like, this is juicy, I just don't want the blowback on you. You know, you already got Vi feeling type of way about you putting stuff in there about your daddy. You know what I'm saying? So if that's bad, if Vi had a problem with that, well, damn, bitch, what you put up in the goddamn book? Can we get an excerpt, Ava? Bitch, I want to know. Shit, we got like 6 months to read the whole thing and come back with some notes. Okay, girl, I need you to change this right here. This part was cute, okay? It's cute that you put in here that this, but I would take this out and I would put that in there. Girl, we can get some assistance, proofreading, editing and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want the gossip. But Nova is like headstrong and she's determined that she's gonna put this book out. And I said, okay, girl, you do what you gotta do. And you wanna know who's doing what they gotta do? Charlie. Charlie is finally, I am so glad for this scene. It was practically one whole scene where Charlie literally was just sitting there with Romero, at his little place. They had dinner. They're talking about, where they come from. He's giving, how they're talking about the rally that they're about to have. They're talking about how he was on this Senator Barrows or whatever, Councilwoman Barrows, campaign and helping her out with that because she was very strong on the immigration front. And, talking about his parents, his mom, and what they used to call him when he was younger. And, the little dance that he tried to do that he kind of messed up and people used to make fun of him for. And Charlie up there like, you got to do the dance, you got to do the dance. And then he was like, okay, I'll do the dance, damn it. If you come up here and do the dance with me since you're so eager. And so they get up there, they do their thing, they talking. Next thing you know, it's sparks flying. And I said, let them fly, spark, 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 spark. Okay, next thing you know, we getting a little bit closer. So I said, Charlie, go ahead and get yours. Charlie, go ahead and get yours. You need some type of fucking release, bitch. It's been 3 seasons, ho. And all these people been fucking you over, okay? Get yours and get happy. And she said, I got this. And I was like... Go ahead, girl. I'm gonna let you do you. And she said, come here, Romero. And Romero was like, bitch, I'm already right here. And he was like, come get these luscious lips. And she said, I'm coming. And they was like, and I was like, I said, don't give up the draws just yet, okay? Even though you want to, because you probably moist as fuck. But, keep that secret in just a little bit. Okay, go out on a couple more dates, maybe one. Okay, 1.5. On that second date, that's when you just say, fuck this shit. Go ahead and get it in. Okay? But I was like, go ahead, Charlie. That was a good look for her, because I'm tired of Charlie getting fucked over. I really was. She needed a little happiness in her life, okay? Just a little slight. And that was her little slight. So next thing, it's the day of the rally, and we got the councilwoman who was at the prison hearing, who was the the head of it, reading off the stuff or whatever. She's there basically against the prison being built up, and she was saying all her little words and introducing Micah. Now Micah came up there, and once again, I was like, Micah, you trying to catch these people's attention. I was like, I felt like, Micah, you didn't do your little research a little bit enough. You didn't listen to Nova. You got Queen Research in your house right there. You got a primary source right there in your house. Okay, Aunt Nova. Go back and look it out. I'm pretty sure somebody didn't put her shit on YouTube or filmed her stuff. You can go back in your mind's eye and remember how she was. She was just speaking from the heart. Okay, not getting up here like we up in speech class and debate class or whatever, reading off the papers, even though you probably get deducted off that because you ain't supposed to. You supposed to be letting that shit flow naturally. He's sitting up there like, we don't need no prisons in the parish because the prisons are going to do one of two things. One, they're going to do this, and two, and he was like, you know what? Fuck this. So I really came up here because of the simple fact that I've been through some things. You know what I'm saying? You know, people probably look at me like I'm this little privileged, light-skinned ass boy. You know, daddy, I get anything and everything that I want. What do I know about the black struggle? But I'm here to tell you that I feel your pain and I feel your plight. Because there was a day that I got pulled over by this cop. And Micah got bold as shit, bitch. Okay, Micah said, I'm not finna hide it. I'm not finna hold it back no more. He said the cop name twice. Okay, and he said, yeah, that motherfucker pulled me over. And then he put a gun in my mouth. And then I didn't even know that the gun was empty until he pulled the trigger. Bitch, the whole crowd was like, and the family didn't know this. The only people in the family that knew this was Davis and Charlie. Nova probably knew, but I can't remember. She could not have known. It's a toss up with her because you know he always going to Nova for everything. And then everybody in the audience was like, ugh. And then we later see that his friends showed up too because he was down. The reason why he was down when they was preparing for the little rally is because none of his friends showed up. And he thought they was flaking. And, you know, Nova was telling him you need some good friends that's going to be in your life, that's going to be in your corner, that's going to be there for you. Okay? And they showed up and they was cheering him on and everything. He was like, because we ain't finna let this shit keep on happening, all right? You bring up a prison up in this parish and it ain't going to do nothing but destroy the fucking community because you don't build prisons with brick and mortar. You build prisons with bodies. I said, Micah, go off. You better go off, little boy. Yes, Kiki was in the audience like, that's my man. That's my man. We be going through it sometimes. Okay, I didn't understand where he was going with all of this, but now I see, and I see the passion, and that is my man right there. I said, yes. Meanwhile, in the back, there's a cop. Humpty Dumpty. He's standing back there just looking like, okay, you want to name names. And I said, bitch, keep that in mind because that motherfucker comes back up later on in the episode. I said, oh, so what the fuck you gonna do? Charlie sitting there so taken aback and proud of her baby. She couldn't help but hug him and give him a little cry. I said, that's right. You know, a mother's love and respect and all that stuff and support, it goes a long way, especially to kids. You know what I'm saying? Then we get this scene where Anvi talking to the guy who does the grocery. And basically, you know, just checking up on everything, making sure everything all good, and telling her the next step, okay, the next step is for you to own your own place. And you finna have this place right here. And she was like, what are you talking about? Dude who owned the little, what is it, the High Yellow, okay, where she used to, you know, do her, waitressing and all that stuff. She was giving the history about how when she first came there, how long she was waitressing and how it took like 13, 18 years before she could even become a manager of the place and, you know, all the trials and triumphs that she had with the place. And now she might possibly own that because he's about to put it on the market and all this stuff. I was like, Violet, I call her Viola. Violet, you better get your piece. You practically ran that place anyway. Because as soon as she left, that place went to shit. He had to come back and get her again. And then gonna fuck her over. So she said, fuck this shit. You gonna see how it's gonna run without me. And obviously, he couldn't run that much because he had to put that shit up for the market. I said, showed that nigga. Next thing we see Micah and Charlie, you know, they're talking about the aftermath of the rally and all that stuff, getting the support, looking at social media. He's on the news and, you know, how people are streaming and coming in. And then when they turned the channel, it was another report up about what was going on with the cop and saying ever since Michael put his name out there, a whole bunch of other people start coming out, other victims start coming out against this man. Now, remember when the whole thing happened and then they had put the charges out there against him for what he did. They did suspend him, but he was fighting that appeal. They fired him or suspended him, and they was fighting. He was trying to fight that and get back on the force. But now more people are starting to come out because Micah spoke out and they caught it on tape, and you know, he's like, bitch, I'm not gonna be a victim anymore, and they're saying the same thing, they're not gonna be a victim either. I said, look at what, he's the spark, bitch. I said, okay, I like this. It just takes one sometimes to speak out and then to connect, and he connected in a way that he didn't even think was possible. All right, then we get this scene where Ralph and Darla, they just trying to figure out their shit and get it together with Blue, and you know, she come to a adult decision to be okay with him dating other women, and talking about Tran, and how, you know, Blue said Tran was a nice woman, and she was teaching him a lot of things about the fish and stuff, and he was like, well, she do work on the docks and stuff like that, so she should know, but we ain't together no more. I said, y'all ain't together no more right now, but you better go ahead and get that shit together right now, in a minute. Okay, you better go fix that. Then we get the scene with Charlie sitting down with Sam Landry sister. You know, Charlie, don't trust this bitch. I'm sorry to say it like that, but just don't trust her, okay? Because it seemed like she screwed you over in the beginning. Then it seemed like she didn't. Then it seemed like she trying to be on your side, but it just seems like underneath that, she got something underneath her, under her sleeve, that's going to just pop out and just going to be like, bitch, I used you to get what I wanted, okay? Instead of we both using each other, no, I used you to get what I wanted. At the end of the day, Charlie want the real books to be put out on Sam Landry, okay? Not these fake books, but the real books that show that the company is floundering, that he's basically about to be bankrupt. He ain't got no goddamn money. And old girl was like, so if I put that out there, it's gonna fuck up the business and all that stuff. She was like, okay, Ann. You probably gonna take a hit, but you know, you want him not to be able to build his prison, so you gonna have to put this shit out there. And I want one more thing, okay? If you gonna do this with me, and I'm gonna do this with you, I want my farmers who have been kicked off their land, I want their land to be back at a reasonable lease or whatever, a reasonable price. I want them to be moved back on their land, and I also want my meal back. And she was like, well, girl, you're going to have to give us some more of your shares if you going to want all of this, okay, because you asking for a lot. She said, well, bitch, you going to have to give me something else too. I said, oh. And Charlie smiled like, bitch, I got this in the pocket. I said, Charlie, don't smile too quickly, okay? Don't trust her. But all right, you know, if you feel you got this, I'm going to go along with it, okay? Next thing you know, we see Prosper is, you know, talking, and there we see, what's his name? Micah. Excuse me. Micah is in the process of helping him get his bags and stuff. And then Charlie, you know, he's telling Charlie, you know, they're going to get picked up. They're going to take him to the hotel, pick him up, and then he's going to fly out, I guess, to Chicago. He's going to spend more time with his grandkids and, you know, things of that such. And I was like, oh, that's cute enough. You know, Prosper still got to leave his land. Woo, that's sad. And so at this moment, they go outside. He said, I need to go outside and walk around just a bit. And so Charlie goes out with him. And then Charlie gives him his paper. Bitch, you choked me up. I said, Charlie, you did it. Charlie gave him the deed back to his house, to his land, and everything. And Prosper was like, girl, no, you did. What did you do? How did you do this? And even when Prosper was about to start crying and he was trying to hold back, bitch, I lost it. I was in here like, I want to do something like that with my granddaddy. Like, because my granddaddy, y'all just don't understand. That motherfucker moved to Indiana. Okay? And he would still pop up over here and mow my lawn without even asking me. Okay? It just do it out the kindness of his heart. You know, I just want to do something. And he is getting older in age. He ain't got to do that. Granted, the motherfucker ain't been over here in a minute because my grass is kind of high. But this is my granddaddy. And that's what that whole thing reminded me of. I said, you know, we got to respect and look after our elders because they have done a lot for us that we probably don't even realize. I was like, that's so cute. You know, so we got that out the way. Then we see Nova. She's looking at clips of Micah at the little rally. She's finishing up her book, and she changed the title from Blessings or something in the Family, and she called it Blessings in Blood. And then, she calls either the editor and say, bitch, I'm done. And she bundles up the book, and she put her little forward on it, who it's for and all this stuff. And, she's looking at her board, and I think this copy was for Aunt Vi. And I was like, oh, she got her stuff ready. Everybody's getting their shit together in this episode. But this one scene right here pissed me all the way the fuck off. I don't know where Ralph was coming from, but Ralph had Blue up in the car, and Blue was knocked the fuck out. He pulls up to his house. The cops are standing out there with the lights just blaring. The sound ain't on, but the lights is just basically blinking. Ralph is in the car like, here we go with this shit. See what I mean? And I said, if y'all even think about doing something to him, I'm finna go off, okay? Because I just knew something was gonna happen. Just by the way that cop was standing in that crowd looking, and his Humpty Dumpty ass was sitting on that car with another other cop, and basically talking about something. Ralph got out the car and said, what y'all want? What y'all need? And he was being respectful. And he said, my son is in there asleep. Do you mind turning your lights off? Ralph, Angel, borderline. You might want to come down to the station and answer some questions for us. About what? What is this concerning? Y'all got a warrant? You have like a month or so left on your probation. I could call you and get you locked up for anything, for like just spitting on the ground or chewing a piece of gum. I said, ain't this about a bit? So if I was you, I wouldn't ask no questions. Just come on down. I said, Ralph, you better hold your peace. Okay, don't act out like they want you to. Ralph was smart. Ralph said, so again, there are a whole bunch of cameras around here that saw you when you came in, saw you when you stood right here, and seeing everything else that you're doing. Them cops said, okay, let's go. I said, ain't that about a bitch? It took for him to say that we got your ass on camera, that you can't do shit else, because, you can't fight that, okay? But then again, a lot of shit be caught on cameras and these motherfuckers still be getting off. And they got their asses out of there. I said, oh, I'm so glad that was it. In the real world, it don't really work, but okay. Later we see that Charlie done met up with Sam Landry, and basically his shit didn't get put out there. People ain't really calling him back. And he told her too, so you trusting my sister. How you gonna trust somebody who was able, who easily gonna put a nail in and turn on her own brother? That bitch is really the devil. She was like, bitch, I don't care who the devil is. I'm a black woman in this world, and I've been fighting my battles my own self and winning. And so therefore, you ain't the first, and you ain't gonna be the last, okay? Because he said this ain't done, and she said, bitch, I'm ready. I said, go off, Charlie. Charlie said what you won't do and what Sam needs to understand, and he still don't get it. You can't easily scare this woman off. She keeps coming back and coming back and coming back. So after that, we get the scene with Hollywood. He done brought the high yellow. He brought the high yellow for by. I said, look at these good men. Don't ever in your life say ain't no good black men out there. I don't care if this is a fictional character or whatever, but it is some good men out here just like him. Okay? Don't y'all ever say it. Y'all just gotta go to the right place. But he brought him there. He said it brought about a high yelling and was like, listen, I heard that it was on the market. Don't ask me how. I knew that you was looking at it. It's yours. It ain't nobody else's but yours. Your name is the only one on the deed, okay? And don't let me tell you nothing about it. Don't let nobody else tell you. I said, ain't that some shit? That is a man, all right? Next thing you know, we see the family pulling up to the house and to Vi house, and then we can see some tables out there. The lights is on, stringed up, and some white chairs. A preacher come out the goddamn door. I said they finna get married, and sure enough, Vi and Hollywood came out there stunting, baby. I said, look at this. They look so good, so fucking good. And I said, this was the moment. Them vows, baby, them vows, okay? Vi had her wedding hair on. Okay, she had on a whole new wig. I said, girl, you better do that shit, bitch. You better do that shit. She said, I did it. I said, you did. And she got up there. She gave her vows. That one line that stuck out to me when she was like, I learned the difference between a love that liberates and a love that's been free. Bitch, I said, blow me the fuck away. Who wrote this? Who wrote this? And when the Hollywood was saying, I said, who wrote this? Because y'all need to come write for me, okay? Where was y'all at when I was in school and I needed to write something deep so I can get a good grade, okay? I got good grades, but I wanted a good grade. You know what I'm saying? That shit was some good stuff. And that's how the episode ended. Everybody was happy. And I said, baby, this feel like the calm before the real storm that's going to come, okay? Season 4 probably going to be that real storm, all right? But this was a cute little ending. I love the episode. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I love the season, okay? Queen Sugar is one of my top shows that I like to watch. I will watch all the time. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about this, and I will see you guys later. Peace.